Being a mother means more than having given birth to a child, and there is nothing more fulfilling as breastfeeding your own baby, which also serves as a sense of ongoing physical attachment after birth. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Rahman and welcome to my channel Dr. Unscribe. In this short video, we'll be going through 10 reasons why you need to breastfeed with a bit of a science behind it. So let's get started. Apart from the cliche fact that the breast milk is tailor-made, free and always available for your baby, it has a lot more to offer. Starting from the primary and the most basic purpose, nutrition. It would be an understatement to call this just a food. It's a perfect blend of fats, carbs, protein with water, both in quality and quantity that no formula milk comes even close to it. Packed with just the right proportion that allows your baby to grow along the normal curve, not being over or underweight. Next up is asthma and allergy. This is something that has grown unprecedented over the last few years. However, in a landmark study consisting of 250,000 babies over 30 years, it was found out that breastfed babies have far less chances of developing illnesses as they grow. Point number 8, infections. Mother's milk is much more than a food. It's also a medicine like no other. We can talk about this all day. It contains hundreds of molecules that play a crucial role in the early life in developing immunity in your baby, which helps in defense against common infections, including viruses such as SARS and coronavirus. And that's why WHO recommends to continue breastfeeding even with COVID, thus saving your baby from frequent doctor visits and hospitalizations. That brings us to our next point, that not just allergies, but it's also proven to be protective against relatively less common, yet debilitating and perhaps lifelong illnesses. To name a few, blood cancers like leukemia, inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's and celiac. Number 6, these babies grow up smarter and richer. Yes, you heard that right. In a study that followed up babies into adulthood, it was found that babies who were breastfed longer had higher IQs at the age of 30 as well as had higher incomes. And speaking of later life, the benefit of this very first meal has a lifelong effect. These babies grow on to have a healthy adult life as it prevents from increasingly common conditions like diabetes and obesity that has now almost become an epidemic proportion in this modern world. The generosity is, however, not limited just to the babies but for the mothers too. During breastfeeding, oxytocin, which is also a birth hormone, is released into the body. It triggers the uterus to shrink back to its original size, which is much quicker than in a non-breastfeeding woman. You might even feel contractions while nursing. And by releasing another hormone called prolactin, it delays menstruation. Estrogen and progesterone are kept at bay and can thus act as a natural contraception that protects you from breast and ovarian cancers later on. Moving further ahead, it not just heals you internally but also helps you shed those extra love handles that you might have gained during pregnancy. And that too without dieting and workout. Isn't that an icing on the cake? It increases your BMR and you can burn up to 300 to 500 calories in a day. It is the most effective and easy way to get back in shape. And the most prized benefit, according to me, is getting closer to your baby. The cuddly warmth during feeding, the eyes and the skin-to-skin contact not just allows a private moment, it also establishes a bonding between you and your baby that is lifelong. In a study that analyzed changes taking place in the brains of parents after the birth of their child, the emotional component increased up to 3 times in mothers than in fathers. And these changes were permanent for life. I would like to end this by putting one of my favorite quotes by Deanne, who said, "Bottle fills his stomach, but breastfeeding fills his soul." Let me know if you found this useful and do give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel.